What's up, everyone? All right, so here we are, end of the week, and what started as an incredible month of May has really, things have just slowed down. The last 3 days have been really kind of choppy and quiet. We haven't seen really good breakouts. We haven't seen as many stocks halting on circuit breakers, squeezing up 20, 30, 40%, and so it's kind of been a grind. We went from having really hot trading to crickets, just quiet, slow. So I lost money on Wednesday, lost money on Thursday, and lost money again today. Today I'm down only $116, so it's basically a break-even day. I mean, this is just kind of a scratch day for me. But what's frustrating is I took 4 trades. I had 3 winners on BLNK, and I made $1,600. And then I had 1 loser on BioL and lost $1,700. So it's like, 3 small steps forward and then 1 big step back. And that's probably what's most frustrating. And that's kind of what it's been the last 3 days is I've had these small little steps forward. The average winner is 5, 10 cents, just a little scalp. Little winner here, little winner there. Doing everything I can just to get that little winner, and then boom, a 30, 40 cent drop. A big loss, a $1,500 loss, a $1,700 loss, whatever it is. So, when you're in that kind of market, you just sort of have to be patient, because if you keep trying to fight and push, you're just going to keep ending up having those big losses, and so you're going to step down. A couple steps up, big step down, couple steps up, big step down, and you got to wait until the market is at a place where your average winners are bigger, and then you're going to have a couple big steps up and small steps down on the losers. So it's all about patience, but it can be a little bit taxing having 3 days in a row that are red, having 3 days in a row where your average winners are really small and where you keep hitting these kind of bigger losses because of false breakouts and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to this weekend, getting some rest, getting away from it all, and just relaxing. I'll be back at it on Monday morning, and hopefully we start the next week really strong. So anyways, let's break down today's trades in today's midday market recap. All right, everyone. So time to break down trades from today, midday market recap. Overall, another kind of choppy day of trading, down $116. But all things considered, today's a scratch day. It's not a day it just doesn't really matter. It's a break-even day. I'm still up over $50,000 on the month, which is awesome. So life is good. This is, it's been an incredible month. We're only really a week and, well, I guess, we're at the end of the second week here. We still have 3 weeks left. This is a little bit of a longer month here in a way, just kind of the way the days lay out. We have really almost 5 full weeks of trading. So, that's solid. And, my goal will be that we finish the month in good shape. I was thinking we might have potential for a $100,000 month, but just like last month, as I start to get closer to that level, then I start to pull back a little bit. So, it's kind of 2 steps forward, 2 steps back right now is sort of how it's felt the last week, or maybe actually it was, I don't know, up 60,000 and then down 10 or 15,000. So I don't know. It's just, it's part of the grind. And so there's no doubt about the fact that any trader would prefer to just make an average of 5,000 a day and be green every single day, right? We'd all love to just be green every single day and never have to have losing days, but that's not how it works. So you're going to have days where you make $5,000, $10,000, and then you're going to have days where you lose $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Maybe you will have a $10,000 blowout day, and that's just part of the deal with trading. It's a couple steps forward, a couple steps back, couple steps forward, couple steps back, and the question is, what are your averages? What do your metrics look like? Are you averaging more? Are you making more on average than you're losing? And as long as you are, then, you're doing something right. So right now I'm kind of in this little bit of a grind here. March, $42,000. April, $54,000. May right now I'm at $53,000. So kind of averaging between $40,000 and $50,000 a month, this year. On decent months, not including really good months, So just sort of that's kind of what I'm grinding at right now. And hey, I can't complain. That's really, really good. And that's the result of, 7 years of studying the market, 7 years of trading. That's that thing they talk about of the 10,000 hours. So, it takes, they say 10,000 hours to really master something. So, if you've got 40 hours in a work week, 40 times 52 is 2,000 work hours per year. So, it's like 5 years to really master something. And I think as a trader, I know a lot of traders that have been doing this for 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years, that really are at a very similar skill level as me. I mean, they've got it. I don't think it takes 5 years to master this. I think for most, 1 year of intensive studying, and then your second year of really putting all of that into practice. By year 2.5, 3, you're in pretty much the same shape as me. And how much you make is just relative to how much risk you're willing to take. That's really the only thing. John and I have been trading. I think I've been trading for longer than him, but he really is trading in the same way as me. It's very similar metrics, profit loss ratios, accuracy, all that stuff. I might make a little more, but I risk more. So, he doesn't have days where he loses $14,000 like I do. It's just, and that's okay. It's all based on risk tolerance and what you're comfortable with. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I really wasn't comfortable risking as much as I am now. But, as you gain confidence, the longer you've been sitting in a chair, the better you feel about taking bigger positions, knowing that, yeah, you'll have losers, but you get winners on the other side that make up for them. So I think, as I've talked about a million times, one of the things that's hard for me is walking away on a day that's choppy. And so today I had a couple trades on BLNK. I had 3 trades on BLNK and made $1,500. So making $1,500 across 3 trades for me is actually pretty bad. That's only a $500 per trade winner. And with 5,000 to 7,000 shares or 10,000 shares, it's really very small profits. So the first trade on BLNK, I was anticipating a break of pre-market highs, which was 609. So I jumped in with 10,000 shares at $6. It hesitates there. There was like a 30,000 share seller at 6. It then pops up and hits 609, and I sold half at 606, 606, and stopped out of the rest at 606 basically, and $6. It just didn't work. So I made $500 on that one with 10,000 shares, which is not good risk reward, because when you take 10,000 shares, you're risking probably 20 cents. So to make only 5 cents is not a good profit loss ratio. But, it's what that trade ended up doing. It just hit resistance. It then pulls back. I got back in for the first 1 minute candle to make a new high at $5.95. This time buying 7,500 shares and selling for 10 cents profit at 604, 609, and then the rest at $5.95. So 500 on the first trade, 750 on the second trade, and again, for a third time, we double topped at 610. So now I'm up $1,200 on this stock. Third trade was getting back in at $6. That was right here as it started to pop back up. And I said, $6 is the spot I'm watching. I got back in at 6. I sold some at 610 and 618, and then I added back at 625. We squeeze up to a high of 640. I'm thinking this is going to continue, break over the 200 moving average, this purple line on the daily, but it didn't. It hit that level as resistance, and then it came back down. And so I ended up stopping out at 623 and 624 and 609. So on that third trade, I made about $300, and I finished up $1,595 on BLNK, which all things considered is not bad. The only problem is that it was over 3 trades, each of them having fairly big share size. So if any of those had gone the wrong way, I would have been, at a $1,500 loss. And then I had my fourth trade. So today my accuracy was 75%, which is pretty much good. I mean, that's good for me, but 70 to 75% is good accuracy. So I finally got that one loser, and, it's a $1,700 loser, which is kind of, my average losses are about $1,000. So this one was a little bigger than average, but, that's the problem. When you have 3 winners and they're small, that one loser really wipes them out. And so on this one, this was a reverse split stock, a recent reverse split that popped up and was halted at 212. It then resumes higher and squeezes up to 298. And I was thinking, okay, this looks like it's taking off with the reverse split. I'll jump in. So I jumped in with 2,500 shares at 291, and then I ended up stopping out. It dropped down here back to 320, and so I had to stop out on this candle right here as it came back down. And so I took smaller size, which was fine. My first order didn't get filled. I filled on the second order, but it didn't work. And so like that, boom, giving back 3 trades of profit. And that, I think, is the most frustrating thing, to have 3 trades of profit and then to lose them all in one loser. So when I look at my average winners over the last couple days, today I had 4 trades, 3 winners, 1 loser, and I'm red on the day. So that's disappointing. Yesterday I had, it was like 5 winners in a row on AWX here, PTI, KOSS, and then I had 1 loser on FAMI, and that 1 loser wiped out 5 winners. And, it was just, we weren't having a good market. Those average winners were only averaging 11 cents per share of profit. So I wasn't getting big winners. It was just, I felt like every trade I would get into, it would pop up a little bit maybe, and then it would just drop. And I wasn't seeing follow through. I get in at breakout points, at apex points, and so I want to see continuation. And when I wasn't seeing that, I just, kept getting stopped out. And what I should have done is probably stop trading. But I took another trade, and then boom, $2,600 loser, and now I'm back down to break even on the day. Another trade, a $600 loser, and now I'm red on the day. Another trade, $150 loser, and now I'm down more on the day. And so that's where it gets frustrating, when you have good accuracy in terms of being right 60, 70% of the time, and you're still losing money. And that comes down to profit loss ratio. So the thing is, in a strong market, it's easy to have a good profit loss ratio because everything you get into just breaks out. Everything squeezes, everything makes big moves. But in a market where things are a little bit choppier, like BLNK, where the moves aren't as predictable, the winners become smaller because traders are more cautious, more hesitant. They don't buy with as much size. That means less buying at the breakout. Any sign of weakness, short sellers hone in on, and they hit it to the short side, and you just start seeing stocks dropping more than they're popping up. We ended up having one kind of unexpected move on HEAR today. And, this is frustrating because I didn't trade it. And, you see it did this nice 5-minute pullback right here. And on this one, I was just like, well, I have a hard time trusting it because I really didn't do very well on it yesterday. Yesterday, it was so choppy. It finished as this doji candle yesterday. That tall upper wick, it shows a lot of indecision. And typically, we don't see really good follow-through on the second day. If yesterday the market was really indecisive on the stock, why would it be suddenly strongly bullish today? There's no fresh news. There's no fresh catalyst. So what creates that bullishness? Usually it doesn't happen. So when you see a stock do this kind of surprise move, it's like, where did this come from? And so, of course, my instinct is to try to jump on the momentum. But the problem is, now I'm red on the day. And so if I jump on the momentum, what's going to happen if I'm wrong? I go from being down 100 to being down 500, or maybe I have another $1,700 loss and I go from being down 100 to being down 1,800. And I would say, Ross, why did you even bother trading this today when your profit loss ratio on the day was so poor? Your winners were so small. And so yesterday is a perfect example of this. I was down $700 on the day. I had like 10 trades, 7 winners, 3 losers, and I was red on the day. Bad profit loss ratio. And I thought, I just want to jump back into something. I want to try to, finish the day in the green. And I saw IQ squeezing up. And the stock, it just squeezed from $19 up to $23. And I was looking at it thinking, okay, well, I missed this pullback right here at $21.50. But right now it's consolidating under $23. And this looks like it's starting to go parabolic. And what happened, last week with IMTE and BOXL? Also recent IPO stocks making these big breakouts. So I'm going to jump on it. And so what did I do? I jumped in it with 5,000 shares, anticipating the break of $23. And a minute later, it drops down to $22.40 and I lose $2,000. Just like that. And I finished the day down $3,000 instead down just $700. And so I felt like, geez, Ross, that was so stupid. Why did you take that trade? You were already not having a very good day. You were seeing tons of false breakouts. Why did you even bother? And it was FOMO. It was feeling like I was missing an opportunity. And so that's the same thing on HEAR. I feel like I missed this opportunity. And if this thing goes to 20 bucks today, I'm going to feel like, geez, why didn't I just jump in? The problem is, jumping in yesterday cost me 2,000 bucks. If I jumped in today, what would have happened on here? Well, maybe I would have made money. And that's what's so difficult. You don't have consistent responses to actions. So you'll have times where you break the rules, you do all the wrong things, and you make money. And then you have times where you follow the rules, you do the right thing. You say, you know what? I'm down 100 bucks today. I'm having really bad profit loss ratios. The market just doesn't feel strong for me. I'm done trading. And then you see a stock go from $12 to $15 without you, right? And it feels really frustrating. That's probably the hardest thing with the market, is that when you'll follow rules and you can get punished for it because you miss opportunities, and you can break rules and you get rewarded for it. So it's like, well, what's the point of having rules if, this is the way it is? And I'd say that the point of having rules is that even though on a day like today, maybe it's preventing me from having a big winner, on a day like yesterday, it would have stopped me from going deeper in the hole. And so overall, over the long term, the days that you're stopped from going deeper in the hole most likely are going to save you a lot more than the days where you get a little further into the green. Because the best days of trading, you're hitting your daily goal in the first 30 minutes, right? Those are the best days. It's very, very rare that you catch some big afternoon move and that turns into the daily goal. In fact, the $25,000 winner I had, a week ago, that was the biggest winner I've ever had in an afternoon trade. It was almost just luck. That never happens to me. It never, ever happens. In 7 years of trading, it's never happened that I've gotten that type of winner in the afternoon. So I can't count on it at all. I have to just expect that afternoons are choppy. And if I haven't hit my profit target by 10 a.m., that right there, I should have a red flag that goes up at 10 a.m. if I'm not at $2,000 of profit, right? Because it's just like, hey, this is not a strong market. So today the red flag is up. It's saying, hey, Ross, 4 trades and you're red on the day despite 75% accuracy. Don't keep trading. Be done. Be done for the day and come back tomorrow. Come back on Monday. And when I'm back at it on Monday, if we see good follow through, if we see good opportunities, I'll be up $3,000, $4,000 in the first 30 minutes. Look at my P&L from Thursday, $29,000 in 2 hours of trading. Friday, $8,500 in an hour of trading. Monday, $5,000 in an hour of trading. And Tuesday, $4,000 in an hour of trading. Wednesday, down $13,000 in an hour of trading. So on Wednesday, would it have been smart for me to keep trading past that first hour? No, I don't think so. That would be stupid. That's how I finished the day, down 30,000, right? On Thursday, I'm down 700 in the first hour of trading. I decide to keep trading and I close the day down 3,000 bucks. Today, I'm down $115 in the first hour of trading and I'm closing up shop. I'm following the rules. And if it means I miss here, it means I miss here. Most likely though, this would be that one outlier that ends up working, but statistically, it's following the rules. And so that's what it really comes down to. Not focusing on individual trades that may have worked, but focusing on your averages, focusing on your statistics. On average, how much money do you make, let's say, for instance, on stocks over $25 a share? When you start to look at the averages, then it's like, okay, maybe I feel stupid that I didn't trade LFIN on the day that it went from $70 to $140 a share, right? Because, geez, people are talking about making huge profits on this, and I'm the guy that just sat on the sidelines and didn't trade it. But let's look at my metrics. Was there a reason that I didn't trade it? So let's look at price and volume. Where do I make the most money? It's on stocks under $10. This right here is almost $1 million on stocks under $10. And how much have I made on stocks over 20? Over 20, I have a net loss of down, whatever. Now I'm on the next page. Down $12,000. Right? And it's because trading these higher priced stocks, look at this, an $11,000 loss on NETE. That was pathetic. So my averages tell me not to trade those stocks, not to even bother, because statistically I don't do well in them. So yeah, when you see the one that ends up working, you can think, oh geez, of course I should have traded it. But same with your metrics. When do I make the most money? Is between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. Not up before 11. And yeah, I have a little bit of profit at noon and a tiny amount of profit. This is one trade basically in the afternoon, a couple trades. I mean, how many trades do we actually have here? We've got probably like 5 trades. One big lucky winner, and then the rest is just choppy stuff. So, that was luck. I got a get out of jail free card on that trade, and whatever, I'll take it. But statistically, afternoons are not my time. And remember, I traded in the afternoon on that day, but I was already up $5,000 on the day. It was already a good day of trading. It wasn't a day like today where I'm choppy and break even. It was a strong day. So have faith in your metrics and follow your rules. Create your rules and then follow them. And if your rules say don't trade past 11:30, then don't trade past 11:30. And you made those rules for a reason. Will you miss opportunities? Yeah, sure. But you'll also save yourself the headache and the heartache of having days where you go from being profitable to being in the red. All right. So follow your rules. And for me today, I kind of felt like one of my rules was I went from being green on the day to being red. I'm just going to cut it right there. I'm not going to keep trading because I feel like if I go from green to red, I'm just going to go further into the red. I don't feel like it's really likely I'll bounce back to green, especially at this time of day. So that right there could be a new rule. If you ever go from green to red, the moment you flip back into the red, you're done. You don't take another trade. You just say, that's it, I'm done. And that for me worked well today. Look, it's the writing on the wall. If you go from being green to red, that tells you the market is choppy. So throw in the towel, tomorrow's a new day. Today is not the day that I should be aggressive and trying to swing for the fences. I'm not going to hit a $30,000 winner today. That's not going to happen. So, if I'm not going to have big winners today, if we're not seeing A quality setups, then what's really the point of trading? This month, I have 2 days where combined I made $60,000. So everything else has just kind of been noise. Make a little money, lose a little money, but follow the rules. So that's what it really comes down to. So the thing with BIOL is that, and this is obviously the challenge with trading small caps and trading low float stocks, is the volatility is insane. These can move 50 cents in a minute. And so it's not because you want to lose 70 cents per share. Obviously risking 70 cents per share isn't ideal, but the reality on these is that this is how much they can move in 1 minute. This went from a low of 232 to a high of 298. And if it kept going, it could have gone right up to $4 and then boom, it's a winner. But you just have to manage your risk. You have to expect that these types of stocks, when they go the wrong way, you could lose 50 cents or $1. So that's why my profit loss ratio usually ends up being closer to 1-to-1. I have lots of winners. They're about $1,000 each, but my average losers are also about 1,000 because, I'll get knocked down by a trade like that. So being a scalper, being a trader where you get in, take quick profits, typically your accuracy is going to be really high because look, it's easier to predict what a stock is going to do in, 10 minutes than what it's going to do in 5 hours. So when you're trading on really short time frames, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, things like that, it's easy to have high accuracy, 60, 70%. And so you can get away with having a poorer profit loss ratio, because you make it up with the accuracy. But, with a stock like HEAR, your stops probably would have been 20, 30 cents, but, you could have gotten a 50-cent flush. It's just, the way these stocks often trade. So a little bit more risk, but, we also have more reward on the upside when they are working well. So anyways, that's it for me today. I'm, going into the weekend, just kind of ready for a couple days off and relax, take a break, and be back at it Monday morning. It'll be a new week, and hopefully we can get things off to a strong start. So those of you watching on Facebook, YouTube, love for you guys to give us a thumbs up. Throw down comments below. We'll come back and answer them later. And if you like these videos, subscribe to the channel. All right, so that's it for me. I'll see you all first thing on Monday morning. All right, enjoy the weekend, everybody. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.